So form follows function. But what is the function? It seems to me that there is a dictated form into matter that becomes mantra by default and therefore hails to a lowercase god, geodesic. We become chimera or homogeneous amalgamation of simplification, energy into a language model that is squared or geometrically simplified into readable forms that then express everything that I look at, and I have since I was a little child thought about this. I noticed when we were walking on family walks, which was hell, you look down and you see these squares, forms of concrete slab, and you wonder, why are they made to be that shape? Why are we all assuming that walking on this is actually not enforcing and dictating with the generation of our own energy, our own breath, the prison that we're in? I had that daunting realization when I was very young, 2 or 3 years old, and I heard the voices talking around me, because at that age, you're not uniformly necessarily, well, it poses a question of what was born inside this cymatic machine that dictates form, energy transmutation, entropy, language, right? That produces this, and what comes from outside, what exists in its pure state outside. So we sit in this womb, this female womb that is heavily psionically, cymatically dictated to into a specific form. And that's why when I seem to be misogynistic, I am, but it's not for the reason, for the case that it would be assumed on the surface. Yes, all those, the anger of all those, let's say, qualities and attributes that deny the male, right, from expression and conform again into a chimera or a chimera, which is to infuse something inside of, right, an algorithm, a state of being, but that the female is being dictated to heavily, not only through the ritualization of copulation on into carrying the child and giving birth at that particular state or stage. You see that she has no more agency, right, than than your heart muscle, or when you look at the nervous system. You have cardiac muscle, you have smooth muscle, there's fascia. There's a lot of layers that comprise us, 9 layers in fact, of the human body. But that's why the plasma state as the fourth material form of matter, right? So we're forced into this materium. The biggest question is, can you break free? How do you break free? So why do these visitations come when you are realizing that you are not bound to a form? Why is it that they dictatorially come with aggression to influence one to say, no, you need to stay in the path? In my opinion, you might, if I were to ask you what direction do you think this goes in, you would probably assume that I'm talking about some big, scary monster or aliens, and that it heavily has these occult, um, you know, cymatics from the pentagram, but and so forth, Satanism, and a structuring of Prometheus and all things Jason Reza Giorgiani, right? But I think even he ultimately points toward an outcome that we are being operated on. There's an operational awareness that this is a very like forensic batch. Not that it's precise, not that it's foolproof. In fact, it seems like there is a suicide door. It seems like there's a way out